I'm here. This is Sister Mary Rose Reddy. I'm a daughter of Mary, Mother of Healing Love. I'm here to explain why it's such a powerful gift to be able to consecrate yourself to Jesus through Mary. And we are about to begin an online sharing of 33 Days to Morning Glory. The reason why it's a powerful gift is because Jesus himself, from the cross, gave us Mary to be our mother as he was dying on the cross. He said to our Blessed Mother, "Woman, behold your son." And then he said to St. John, "Son, behold your mother." And the church has always taken that to mean that Mary has been given to each one of us as a mother. St. Louis de Montfort said that if you put all the love of all the mothers in the world into one human heart, it would still not equal the love that our Blessed Mother has for each one of us. And so because she loves us so much, she doesn't want us to be lost. And if we consecrate ourselves to her, it's like we give everything over to her so that she can take care of it in the most provident way, that she can bring it to her Son and Jesus can bring it to the Father. So the book that we'll be using for this online consecration is 33 Days to Morning Glory by Father Michael Gately, a do-it-yourself retreat. So people will be doing the readings on their own. They also can watch the videos, which are on formed.org, which our parish has a subscription to. This book is very well done. It's kind of a modern version of St. Louis de Montfort's True Devotion to Mary. True Devotion to Mary is the classic book that was written in the 1700s by St. Louis de Montfort, explaining the devotion. But Father Michael Gately wanted to make it more available to the people of our own present time, and that's why he wrote 33 Days to Morning Glory. I'd like to just give a brief testimony to the power of this consecration in my own life. This is a picture of the Shrine of Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal in Germantown, Philadelphia, where I was consecrated to Jesus through Mary on March 25th, 1980. So it's been 40 years since I've made this consecration. And I still consider the day I made that consecration to be one of the most important days of my whole life. Because prior to my entering the convent, becoming a sister, I had been in college and I'd been living a very sinful life and very confused life, and had reached a point where I was literally insane from drugs and alcohol. And I did, when I was staying at my aunt's house in Pennsylvania, she, at one point, at a very low point in my life, she gave me a brown scapular and a rosary. And I put on the brown scapular and I began to pray the rosary. And as I began to pray the rosary, I was no longer insane. Like light just flooded back into my mind. And I realized how I had thrown away every gift that God had given me. And so I went to confession and I came back into the grace of God through the mercy of Jesus Christ. But then when I went through a time of very great suffering for a year, because I felt as if I was damned. I felt like I had gone beyond God's mercy. So I wasn't trusting in his mercy. And it was a terrible, terrible suffering, which I think only people who have gone through that type of suffering would understand. And people kept telling me, oh, you know, God forgives you. But I thought that I had sinned against the Holy Spirit because at the time of my insanity, I had really stopped believing. I thought that all reality was subjective at that time rather than, as it really is, objective truth. And so I thought that meant I had sinned against the Holy Spirit. And many priests tried to tell me that's not what that means, but it was like God had to convince me in my heart, and I didn't know how to find that healing. But then one of my mother's friends gave me a copy of True Devotion to Mary, which is the book I previously mentioned. And I made the 33-day preparation, and I consecrated myself to Jesus through Mary at this shrine before this particular altar that you're viewing. And from that moment on, I have to say that the Blessed Mother just lifted off that feeling from me that I was damned. And I've never felt that again. It was like she took it away, and she took over my whole interior life in a very motherly way, saying, don't worry, just give me everything. I will, even your past sins and mistakes, I will find a way to bring God's healing love into those situations. And that's what she's done. For 40 years, I've just said that I am so grateful to God, and I'm grateful for my religious vocation now as a daughter of Mary, Mother of Healing Love. But I feel that I owe it all to God's merciful love, which came to me through the hands of our Blessed Mother Mary. And I pray that this devotion would spread throughout the whole world. And today, as I'm telling you this, is the 100th anniversary of the birthday of St. John Paul the Great. And his motto was Totus Tuus, which signified, I am all yours, to Jesus through Mary. He said that the book, True Devotion to Mary, was one of the most profound books of his own life, the influence of that book. And we know the influence that St. John Paul the Great has had on the history of the world, the profound positive influence. But it comes through the hands of our Blessed Mother Mary. The mercy of God comes through her hands, just as Jesus Christ, our Redeemer, came to us through her womb by the power of the Holy Spirit. So I pray that you will join with us in making this consecration. This particular one will end on the Feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary on June 20th. But you can make this consecration at any time. All you need to do is obtain a copy of the book, 33 Days to Morning Glory, or the book, True Devotion to Mary. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you all.